Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Svare with Paper Crafting Adventures, and I'm here with poppy stamps today with a very simple card design. And I've made this design with the idea of, making a big batch of them and having them ready to go to add the sentiment on whenever I need them. And I've used denim and I've used wood in addition to paper. Uh, Part of it was me just kind of having fun and experimenting on this video. So let's get started and see how everything turns out. So I started off using the Flora Blooms nested die set from Poppy Stamps, along with the smaller of the Flora Blooms, which also matches it. And I'm just kind of creating a little matted matting with it. And I love the stamp set. It's called the Peony Corner from Memory Box, and the sentiments have such a cool font. It's got congratulations, heartfelt hugs, your kindness means so much, you are wonderful, thank you, and hello. And the stamping of the images is just absolutely beautiful. There's a little butterfly there and also some leaves. So I wanted to show that up close because the denim, we're going to stamp on the denim and stamp on the wood, but I wanted you to see how crisp that does stamp. So cutting the wood, I thought it would be kind of neat to have the bottom quarter of the inch with like a little stripe, and so I cut my card base to be 4¼ by 5.25, and then I ran the nested die through the die cutter, and using my MISTI I stamped the stamp onto the card base. And I'm just leaving that in my MISTI so that I can easily stamp all 3 stamps. Then I'm just adhering it to the card base, and it's leaving that bottom 1/4 inch. And so I cut a little strip that was just shy of that so that there would be just a little thin white strip in there. And then I'll cut that down to be flush with the sides. Then I just added in one of the little blooms in white, so this was kind of a white on white, and then I staggered the wood flower in the same die cut on top. And that's it. That's the card. Super simple and fast. And so I just found myself making a bunch of these to grab and go. So I thought, well, what else could I use to maybe make it unique? And I have an old pair of jeans that I have at my desk that I've been die cutting lately. So I thought I'd try that. And I did put glue on the backing, and I made sure to have a good smear of glue so that there were no empty gaps in there that could bubble or be without glue, if that makes sense. I just wanted it to be really flat and flush, and so I just made sure to have enough on there. Now I'll show adhesive tape in a minute. I think that would be a really good idea. We'll get to that in a second, but it die cut just beautifully. I did use the metal shim with it, and anytime I use with fabric, in fact, I use the metal shim a lot. Here's that tape. I can't remember what it's called. It's that the big sheets that could go under it, but this glue worked just fine in this case here. And I just adhered it, and then I put that little tiny strip down at the bottom, and then I'm going to try embossing it. I've never tried embossing jeans, and so I thought I'd give that a try. I should have done it before I attached it to the card base, but I was pretty excited to give this a go here. And here I am applying the Versamark, and then I'm going to insert that flower so that the center doesn't get embossed. And then just go ahead and press it down, and I added white embossing powder to it, and we're going to see what that does. I gave it a good press, and I was super excited at this point to see that the image just really did look beautiful and crisp, just how I wanted it to be. And then the embossing powder looked awesome, again, beautiful and crisp. Now when I started embossing it, however, something about that heat kind of made it look worn. Part of it kind of disappeared into there. But in this case with the jeans, I really liked that. I thought about going over it a second time. Since I had stamped it with my MISTI, I could have just easily put that back in for a second coat, but I loved how this looked with the worn jean. Now I wanted to show putting that little second die cut, trying it with the tape, And honestly, these die cut beautifully with the jean material all by itself without that tape. And it did not die cut as well with that tape backing. So I did not use that tape backing. I just wanted to mention that. It was better off just gluing it on. And then I put a big old sparkly rhinestone in the center. And that was it to the card. Just again, super simple and fun. Now these cards, like together with the wood and the paper and the jeans, those would be such a cute set to give somebody if you did maybe 2 of each for a set of 6, or even just the 3. Or better yet, do you have ideas for other things that could be die cut? We've tried wood and jeans, paper, anything else that you've been die cutting lately. Leave it below in the comments. I would love to hear more ideas for die cutting. Have a great day. See you again soon.